Performance improvement plans should not be used as a punishment before you fire somebody. In this video, I'll tell you how PIPs should be used instead. What is a PIP? A performance improvement plan, PIP, or sometimes called a performance action plan, is a strategy to help an employee who isn't meeting performance objectives. How do you create a PIP? You don't have to, or at least not from scratch. We have a free template for you to download, but we'll get more into that later. But even if you have a PIP in place or you're using our template, how do you use it? Luckily, with the help of an article from our HR expert and buddy, Jessica Dennis, we'll walk you through how to implement a performance improvement plan in 6 steps. How do you make PIPs part of your company's culture? If you only give out PIPs to traditionally low performers right before you terminate them, that's how your entire company is going to view them. If you issue PIPs to both high and low performers, you'll get your underperformers up to speed while challenging your overachievers. And over time, your employees will see PIPs as a part of the overall company culture and an opportunity for growth, which they are. Another important question, how do you know if a PIP is even necessary? PIPs should target specific performance issues with achievable time-bound goals. PIPs also work best for recent performance issues, not ongoing issues that you have repeatedly tried to counsel employees on in the past. There's no such thing as a silver bullet, so don't use PIPs as a one-size-fits-all solution for all of your performance issues. PIPs take time and effort to implement, and you don't want to waste either of them if you don't really have to. How do you ensure you're not just barking at your employees and are instead collaboratively improving their performance? Involve the employee in the PIP process. Do not just inflict a plan upon them. Involving the employee in the PIP discussion also means you avoid creating the PIP in a vacuum. You can be transparent about the minimum acceptable benchmarks for their performance. At the same time, employees have a say in what goals they can realistically achieve. We all know planning is important, but how do you plan out your PIP? Identify the areas in need of improvement, the criteria that the employee should meet in their role, realistic goals for the employee to complete by a specific time, what you can do to help the employee, and what happens after the PIP. Drafting a plan will keep your PIP organized and give you clear guidelines and metrics so you can assess how your PIP is doing and how it went after it's completed. Speaking of, how do you make sure your PIP is staying on the right track? Determine a regular performance check-in cadence with the employee to monitor their PIP progress. Ideally, these meetings should happen weekly. Remember, the point of a PIP is to improve an employee's performance, so keeping them on track and monitoring their progress helps them to keep their eye on the prize and increases the likelihood that you'll get the improvement that you're looking for. And lastly, what do you do when it's all finished? Once it's all said and done, you've got to look back at what's been accomplished and ask, did both you and the employee make a concerted effort to improve performance? Did the employee hit all required targets? Were there any issues with hitting these targets? If so, are there explainable reasons why that happened? If the answers are yes, you can close the PIP out and the employee can continue with their employment. If the answers are no, you'll have to move on to the next steps, which might include a PIP extension, reassignment, demotion, a last chance agreement, or termination. If you extend the deadline of the PIP, make sure it's because the employee demonstrated their commitment to improving their performance or because the goals were too unrealistic upon review. Without doing a final review on the PIP once it's been completed, you can't effectively compile and act on the information and improvement that you have gathered throughout the entire process. Don't waste the time that you and your employees spent on everything by not wrapping it up with a nice pretty bow at the end of it. There are tons of performance management solutions that can help with this process, and you can find them here in this playlist. Also, don't forget to click the link in the description below to grab that free PIP template. It's downloadable as a PDF, Google Doc, or Word doc, and gives you everything you need to build out your own personalized PIP. Thanks as always for watching. I'm Kyle, this is Technology Advice, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.